Good morning, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Saturday, February the 3rd, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 61. If you're new to my channel, I would like to welcome you. This is my channel where I talk about cross stitch, all the things. My videos are usually very long. I'm going to try to keep it not 3 hours today. We'll see how it goes. If you're returning to my channel, thank you for coming back and watching me with all the stuff and all the craziness. So, what was I going to say? I don't know. If you're new or recently new, haven't really seen any of my videos, I have a lot of projects. Currently I have 325. Last video, that was like 3.5 hours. I pared it down to 150 pieces to pick from, plus 2 focus whips that I'm going to be working on throughout this year. And we'll be drawing out of the basket for those 150. I have my stuff divided into different categories. Everything makes sense to me in my head. The idea with my stuff this year is so that I can work on a piece more than one time in a year. I don't know if it's how it's going to work out. If this is going to work, we're going to have to just play it out this year and see. I might have to change things for 2025. But I have my stuff divided up into different categories. Some of them are in multiple categories. And the idea is that I'm going to track how many miles, and I have big goals set for all my projects with smaller milestones for each one to give myself a stopping point. Every time I hit a milestone, it gets checked off in that category. If it's in multiple categories, it can still be worked on for the other categories, but if it's only in that one category, it goes away until half of those milestones for those categories are met. And then they go back in the basket. So let's go ahead and just get started, because the way I'm saying it, I feel like it makes no sense. So I have all my stuff written down on a board. This is my board this past 2 weeks. I guess I got to hold it back here. I was going to try to get closer. Well, I guess I could do it this way. So I got a lot of stuff done. I worked on there was like 4 projects I didn't get to, but that's okay. I always draw out more than what I could work on because I like having options. But there are 3 projects I worked on that I didn't get the milestones completed, so they will go back in the basket. Other than that, and then I think I said 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, 6. Not 4. 6 pieces that I did not work on, that I didn't touch. But I did complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 dones, but it's really 15 because 2 of the dones are my focus pieces, and I have a milestone every week on those. So there's 2 milestones for each of those. So I will show you what I worked on. Let me put this over here because I don't really, well, I might need it. I lied. Actually, no, I don't. I'm going to put it down here just in case. I'm going to show you what I worked on, and we will mark off the boards, and then we'll pull some new projects. So I think we're back to a normal Flosstube now. I felt like every Flosstube I had something crazy going on, and so it always ended up being a lot longer than normal. But I think we might be back to a normal Flosstube now. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Heaven and Earth SAL for 2024. This was a limited sign up, so if you're not already signed up, then you can no longer do that. And I kind of signed up last minute, so I didn't even really talk about it until I had actually worked on it. The piece that I'm going to be working on this year for the SAL is the Merry Mushroom Village Picnic 2 by Aimee Stewart. This is a crop of her Merry Mushroom Merry Mushroom Village picnic. But this is one of the crops from that piece. And, oh, there's gonna be some green when more pages are released. So what they're doing is in January, they released the first 3 pages of all, they had 10 different ones to pick from. So when you go, if you were in the group, you would see like all these different pieces being worked on. So that's kind of cool. But this is the one I'm doing. So the first 3 pages are released, which is from about, I think, here to about here. I think those are the first 3. And then in April, they'll release the second 3. So every quarter they release the next part. And if you finish 4 pages by the end of the year, you get all 10 of the SAL charts. And then if you finish the piece, then you get all 10 of the charts, plus any 2 charts off of the website for free. So I'm shooting for all the free stuff. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I have a goal of 1,200 stitches every week. I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch on a 28 count easy count Lugana. And I have a goal of 1,200 stitches every week. So 2,400 every Flosstube. And if I do the 1,200 every week, then I will finish the piece by the end of the year. So this is my current progress. I can't see, let me just, okay. That's my current progress. So I am still caught up. I am kind of, I don't know if I really want to say getting tired of it, but I was not looking forward to working on it these past 2 weeks. Not gonna lie. Like, I was like dreading it. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just because I was working in this boring ass tree. But then I ended up working across, so I've hit 3 corners. This, of course, was the one I started. I had worked my way down to this corner. And then this last week, I worked across over to this corner, and I worked down a little bit, and I hit the mushroom. Some of this is ecru, so it's hard to see. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So the bottom corner will be like right about here somewhere. I'm currently at, for this section, because there are, this isn't for the whole piece, but I'm currently at, for this section, I'm at 6,000 stitches out of 22,932 for part 1. So I'm 26.16% complete with part 1. And I was noticing, I've actually hit a couple zeros. I've hit 2 zeros so far, but I know that's gonna go, that's gonna disappear once part 2 is released. But I was realizing that over the next, for next week, when I do my next 1,200, if I work on the 3 highest colors, which are 939 ecru and 3865, if I work on those, then all my stuff will be less than 1,200 stitches each, and I could potentially just pick a color and zero it out within that week, if that makes sense. So we'll see if I actually do that. I didn't math it out. I don't know if those 3 pages would be done before the next part is released. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so that's that. 2,400 stitches done, and 2 milestones on that checked off. I don't really have any particular order I'm showing you this. I'm just pulling whips out of the pile here. So that doesn't really have a category that it's going to fall in because it's a focus piece that I'm going to work on all year. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is a really old kit from Creative Accents. This is called Riding the Wave, and that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I've had this kit for like 21 years. And it's funny because I don't remember if I said this on my last video, but I don't think I did because I was working on it since my last video. I brought this to work and I was working on it, and my coworker saw it and he was like, are you going to give that to our surgeon when you're done with it? Because he is a big horse lover. And I was like, I don't know. I said, he was like, did you buy it to make for him? I was like, no, I bought this in like 2003. Like, I didn't even know him back then. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this when it's done. I don't know if I'm going to give it to him or if I'll give it to someone else. It's not really something I would hang up in my own house. I might, you never know. But anyway, I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this with 6 milestones of 500 stitches each. And I hit my goal. Trying to fold this up so it's easier for me. Oh, I have my board. What am I doing? I have my board to show my stuff on. Forgot about my board. I have wrinkles because I don't iron, but I got my 500 stitches done. This is a combination of half crosses and full crosses, so it may look like a lot more than 500. And this is in the category of large kits, so it will be set aside until half of those large. Oh man, I left my other board over there. My category board, it's over there. Reach behind you and get it. Just reach back there and grab it and pass it up to me. But I'll get it. I'll just walk over there and get it. But this is in the category of large kits, so it will go away until half of that category has a milestone met. Dang it. I thought I had everything too. Let me finish showing my whips and then I'll go over and grab it. All right, next up is a small kit that I had gotten as a gift from a subscriber. This is Dolly Mama Ho. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. A little Christmas theme. And I have a goal to finish it. It's one of my 135 finishes I said I wanted to do. I have it divided into 6 milestones. I don't have stitch counts for it. I just have like sections. I have it sectioned off. So my first milestone was to cross stitch her body and her gloves. Back stitching will be later. And I met that goal, or that milestone. So her dress, I went ahead and came up and did her, kind of her neck and her necklace sort of, because it looked like it all tied together. So I was like, that could be part of the dress. So I went ahead and just did it. But cross stitch her body and her gloves, or her dress and her gloves. And this is in 2 categories. It's in small kits and it's in seasonal series. So I am checking it off in the seasonal series category, but it's staying in the basket to be pulled out for the small kits category. I don't know what to do with my stuff. And I think I had said before that I was going to set the stuff aside so I didn't pull it out again right away. I just threw it back in the basket. I was like, whatever. Because, I mean, honestly, I pull more than what I can work on. So if it's something that I'm like, I don't really want to work on that again, like right now, I just won't do it. Because I have other stuff to pick from. All right, hang on. I'm trying to rearrange here to make room for my stuff. All right, next up. This is a piece that I worked on, but I did not finish the milestone, so it is going back in the basket. This is from Glendon Place, and it is, it was a new start. That other one was a new start too, by the way. But this is a new start. It's called Halloween Wishes. It says ghosts and goblins, I can't read it, spooks galore, scary witches at your door, jack-o'-lanterns smiling bright, wishing you a haunting night. I really like it. The fabric I felt was a little dark for me. It was hard because I was having a hard time reading it. So I decided to do this on a 32 count vintage Stormy Night. That seems to be my go-to for spooky pieces. And honestly, some Christmas pieces, because it's kind of like a night sky, a light night sky kind of theme. But this is where I'm at with it so far. So my card is in the bag. So this is another one of the 135 finishes, and I have this one also sectioned off, not stitch counts, just pieces. So my first milestone was to do the lines scary witches at your door. I got at your door completed, and I got most of the scary done. So when I pull this out again, I just have to finish off the C, do the S, and then do the word witches, and that'll be done. I got 600 stitches completed on this. And I did get the thread pack when I got it. So I'm doing it in the called for colors, which is Weeks Dye Works, and then one white, like a regular white. Yeah, they sent me the Sullivans. When I got the, so like I said, I got the thread pack, so it all came like that. And then the white that they sent is a Sullivan's. So this is going back in the basket so I can keep working on it. Next up is a whip. This one is Christmas ABC. This piece here, I knew it was going to be a lot of stitching. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I have this, my milestones for this piece are letter blocks, because I complete each block with these kind of pieces. I have like 5 of them. These kind of pieces, every block will be completed before I move on to the next one. There are beads in this, so I have not done the beading because when I started working on this, I was stitching in a Q-snap. Now I stitch in hand, so I guess technically I could do the beading, but because I'm kind of all over the place, I don't want the beads to be pressing into my fingers when I'm holding the fabric and hurting. So I'm still going to, right now, at least save the beading for last, maybe until I get up here, and then I'll start beading down to where I'm like, I don't know, but anyway, I'm not doing the beads right now. So I have a goal to complete 5 letters on this thing. The first letter that I picked was the poinsettia, which is right here. Because when I started this piece, I did the ornament block. So I was trying to pick letters that were right around it. So the first one I picked was poinsettia. That has a lot of stitching in it, as you can see. So because I knew it was going to be a lot of stitching, I didn't really dedicate an entire night to it. What I was doing with this one was if it was a piece that I had like, if I completed a milestone and I still had like another hour or 2 that I could stitch, I pulled this out and worked on it. So that is where I'm at with it so far. And I got the word poinsettia done completely. And of course I have, I'd say probably about almost half of that poinsettia done. It only goes to maybe about here. So it's not like I got to do this whole thing. It only goes to about here. So I'd say I'm probably almost halfway done with this. And then this is gold metallic thread, the squares. And then I think there's going to be some gold metallic no, it's just beads. Beads will go in the center of the flower, but again, that'll be later because beads have to go on in this too. But that's where I'm at with it so far. I have done 600 stitches on it so far. So that'll be exciting to get that done. Back in the basket to work on it again. One thing I don't like about this pattern is like it's the pattern doesn't, like, you know, with paper patterns, you have like the shadowing. So when it goes from one page to the next page, like it'll show you the overlap in like gray. It doesn't have that. So it's like match the top part to the bottom part. So I had to like fold the edge so I could match it up to make sure I didn't miss anything. So when I was working on that, I was working on just the top part that was on the first page, and then I like lined it up and I started moving down to the second page. So that's a little annoying, but it's whatever. It's whatever. It's a pretty piece, so I'll deal with it. Next up is Dolly Mama Coffee. And this was from the same subscriber. And it says, bring coffee and no one gets hurt. It's really cute. There's actually like a few of these that are really cute, but they're from like 2006. So I don't know like if they're, oh my God. This one right here, it says better late than pregnant. Oh my God. Holy cow. That is hilarious. Oh man. I mean, some people probably wouldn't find that funny, but I find it very funny. All right. This was also a new start. And I had this also divided into sections. I did not complete this goal or this milestone, but my milestone was to cross stitch the body. And where can I put this where it'll be kind of out of the way? We'll just kind of put it like this. I have a thread hanging. So my milestone was to cross stitch the body, which was her dress. I didn't get it completed, but I did put in 400 stitches on it. So the bottom half of the dress is almost done. I have to finish the other two colors in the little polka dots here, and then the polka dot that's right here. Finish this light green over here, and then I'll be able to do her belt and the upper part of her dress. And then that milestone will be done. So 400 stitches on that. So that is going back in the basket. Next up, this one is a little bit of a cheat because, oh, I didn't say the categories. Well, those three weren't done, so it don't matter. Okay, this one is a little bit of a cheat because this one is from Pantini. This is just one more chapter in Other Lies series. It says just one more chapter and Other Lies I Tell Myself. It is only in one category. And it is in I want to say it's in the seasonal series category. Let me double check. One more chapter. Yeah, it's only in one category of seasonal series. And I had already completed my first milestone of the girl, the lamp, and the mug. And when I was doing my huge like pare down a couple weeks ago, I ended up pulling this out again. So technically it shouldn't have been, but I went ahead and did it anyway. But my second milestone was to do the books on the left side. And I'm doing this on a 28 count printed Aida or printed even weave that I picked up in the craft store like 5 million years ago. But I did 464 more stitches on this, and I got that milestone completed. There's a dot right here where the print came off, but I'm gonna see if my stitching will cover it up. But I did 464 stitches, and I got this milestone right here completed. So now I have 2 milestones done, and so far I have a total of 947 stitches completed on this. So this will be going away until the seasonal series category gets more milestones done on it, and then it'll come back out again. So that was a little bit of a cheat because it shouldn't have been worked on, but I did it anyway. Okay, next up is Lighthouse Bookmark. This was a new start, and it's a very small kit. Hang on, what's happening? Where's my cover photo? Here it is. This is what it's gonna look like when it's done. Just a little bookmark. It says stitch in a weekend. I'm a fast stitcher, and I don't know if I could have gotten this done in a weekend. Like, I'm not sure. But anyway, I have a goal to finish this. This is one of the many finishes. And hang on. I ended up pulling everything out. So Lighthouse Bookmark. Like I said, it was set to be a finish, and it's a new start. My first milestone was, I'm estimating this is about 2,000. Oh, maybe I could have done it in a weekend. I don't know. My first milestone was 500 stitches, which I got done. It's in the small kits category, so it will be set aside for right now. But I'm estimating 2,000 stitches. Not really sure. But we'll see. And it comes in this cute little holder thing. Look at that. And like keep it safe until it's done. Until I figure out how I want to finish the bookmark. I might give the bookmark to my son, my 11-year-old. He loves to read, and he's a page folder because he has no bookmarks. He's not really like into lighthouses, but he would like it because I made it. Especially if I'm like, baby, I made it just for you. Oh, thank you, man. Okay, next up is another new start. Oh, that's attached. I was like, why is that not falling back in? This is one of my Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kits. This is espresso, and that is what it's going to look like when it's done. Put the card back in the bag. I have all my stuff written on index cards in each bag, so I don't have to like go shuffling through like a little index thing. But espresso is another one that I said I wanted to finish. All right, so I showed you what it looked like. Where am I at? What am I doing? Espresso is in 2 categories. It's in small kits and fancy like. And this, my first, is that, hold on, let me make sure I'm showing you the right way. Okay. My first milestone was to do 500 stitches on it, which I did. I started in the middle, and that is where I'm at with it so far. So I think I hit the bottom. I think that's the bottom right there. So this is, I'm just using whatever came in the kit, and this is just the cross stitching. Once the cross stitching is done, I have to go in and do the beads. So, but because it's in 2 categories, I am putting this back in the basket to pull it again. And it is, I'm marking it off for the small kits category. All right, next up is another new start. I have a lot of new starts. So the nice thing is I don't have to do as much editing because I don't have to like throw in a bunch of like pictures of whips until I get through all my new starts. Next up is from Rosewood Manor. This is Dreaming of Autumn Leaves, and that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing this on a 32 count. 32 count. I think I still have the sticker somewhere. I do. 32 count cream Lugana. I'm going to put this on my index card so I don't forget. 32 count cream Lagana over 2. And I have some of the threads. I do not have all of the threads, but I have a goal of 4,000 stitches on it and 8 milestones of 500 each. So I got the first milestone completed. So there's spaces that I don't have the colors, so I just kind of worked around it, but that is where I'm at with it so far. And this is in 2 categories. It's in seasonal series and in sampler-esque. So I'm going to check it off for the seasonal category, but I can still pull it out one more time to work on it for sampler-esque until those milestones get knocked down. And I think once you see once you see the category board, it'll make more sense. But I still need to get the rest of the colors. So I'm trying to do it in whatever the call for is, but again, I don't have them all, so. Next up is another new start. I think I did my Stitch With Me with this piece. This is Hedgehog. It was a free pattern from, I got it off at the freebie table, actually at the retreat that I went to last year. But this is, it came out of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is another one that I said that I wanted to finish. It's so cute, isn't it? I'm just doing this on a 14 count white Aida. Is this where I did my Stitch With Me on? I think so. like I said, I have a goal to finish it, and I have it divided into 8 milestones of 500 stitches each. And I got the first milestone completed. And this is in the other category. Like, it didn't really have a place in any of my other categories. But that's where I'm at with that one so far. So 500 stitches done. I have the little face almost done. Or do I? No, I have to do the nose still. I haven't done the back stitching yet. What I might do the next time I get to pull this out is I might try to maybe work in all the cross stitching that's like right around his face so I can get his face done. That would be really cute, like back stitched. All right. Next up is another new start. This is from Hands On Design, and it is Star Spangled Swine Farm. It's got 3 pieces, but I'm doing this one right here. So that one right there. And I gotta stop leaning on this board before I break it. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this, with 6 milestones of 1,000 stitches each. This came to me as a kit. So it came with the fabric and the floss. And so I'm doing this on, oh shit, did I get rid of the thing? Is it chalkboard? I think it's a 14 count chalkboard Aida. So I got my first milestone completed of 1,000 stitches. Isn't that cute? So first milestone of 1,000 stitches, and it is in the holiday category. So just one category, so it'll be set aside until that holiday category is knocked down a bit. It's super cute. I'm really enjoying it. I'm using a mixture of DMC and Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts. So the tree trunk was the DMC, and then like the green in the tree. Actually, the white is Classic Colorworks too. I think the green is Gentle Arts. So anyway, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Pretty easy to work on. So Get back in there. Oh, you need to go in there too. Kind of annoyed at myself that I left that category board over there because now I have to get up. All right, next up is a whip. Did work on whips. This is Goodnight Bears. It's a super old kit that I've had forever. I have really no intention, like no idea of what I'm gonna do with it when I'm done. It's just something that I've had, and I still think it's cute, so I'm still going to work on it, even though I didn't really have a purpose for it when I started it. It was just something to do. But I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this, of 6 milestones of 500 stitches each, and I got the milestone done. So I put in 500 more stitches on this. And some of it is a little hard to see, but I put in, over here, there's some super light colors because it's part of the rocking horse. But I worked on some of her dress right here. This is her little butt. And then I was working up here in the window that shows the night sky. So there's that, and that is in, I want to say, the large kits category. Yeah, large kits. All right, next up is another whip. I feel like I got a lot done because I had taken a few pieces to work that, I mean, there's days where I can't stitch it all at work, but I mean, sometimes in the morning, it's like it's kind of dead. So, and I'm a fast stitcher anyway, so I can sometimes get a couple hundred stitches done. So my work pieces are pieces that usually are kits or that don't require a lot of colors, and they're a paper pattern. I don't take anything that is on Pattern Keeper. So none of my full coverages go, although they probably wouldn't mind seeing them because they actually, every time I bring something in, they're like, what are you working on? But anyway, oh, I gotta show you what I did. So this was Riding the Wave was the first piece, and then this one right here, Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time, old kit from Janlynn. This was another piece I took into work. And I worked on this one for, actually, no, I didn't get, did I? Yeah, I worked on this for a little bit at work, and then I finished it at home. But Once Upon a Time, old kit from Janlynn. There are colors missing, and I'm missing a metallic. I'm missing the beads, the blending filament, and the metallic thread, and some of the DMC. So I feel like because I'm missing so much, I think that way back in the day, something happened with my bag and something fell out of it, because there ain't no way that they forgot that much stuff. So I'm just going to work with it for right now, and because it's DMC, I'm just pulling out of my master, oh, there's a needle up in the corner. I just noticed that. There's a needle up here. But I'm just, the DMC, I can take care of. That's not a problem. When it comes to the, I will have to take a look at the metallic, like the stuff that I'm missing, and just, I might reach out to them to ask them if they could resend it, or I'll just source it out myself. But anyway, I have a, that's not, oh my God, Espresso. Espresso's card is sitting over here. I'm like, it said to finish. I was like, I don't have a goal to finish this. What's wrong with me? All right, that goes back in there. Such a mess. There it is. Okay. I have a goal of 4,000 stitches on this, and it's divided into 8 milestones of 500 stitches each, and this is where I'm at with it so far. So So I got 500 more stitches done. I worked a tiny bit in the horse or the unicorn, and then I kind of came over here and I started working on her dress. She is in 2 categories. She's in large kits and she's in fancy like. So this is going to be checked off for the large kits category. I can still pull her again to work on her for fancy like. So I like it. It's really pretty. The pattern is kind of annoying because it's like on glossy paper and it's in color. But the glossy paper, like, so it's in color, so it's hard to make a good working copy of it because I copy my, if I can, I try to copy at work. But, it's, I don't know, it's just that the way the pattern is, it's kind of annoying, but it's a nice piece to work on. Like, I enjoy it. So, okay, couple more pieces and then we'll be able to move on. Next up is another new start. This is Stitch Fairy. I got this on Brooks Books website, brooksbooks.com. And it says, all you need is faith, trust, and a little stitchy dust. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing this on a, I think it's a 28 count. It's a 28 count easy, even weave, opalescent even weave, Jesus. Hang on one second, because this piece is a lot bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I have plenty of fabric, but I was like, holy cow. It's 343 by 262. It's a huge piece. So, hang on, I gotta fold this up so that, because it's a new start, so I don't have anything to show you beforehand. But I wanna fold it so it's not, the fabric's not like going crazy here. I'm doing this 2 over 2. We'll just do it like that. There are some Krynics that go in this, so that's what the holes are for. I'm just doing the DMC for right now until I can get the fancy floss. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this with 6 milestones of 500 stitches each. So I got my 500 done, and she is in the fancy light category. So yeah. So she'll be set aside until the fancy category gets its stuff pared down. But anyway, this is on brooksbooks.com. All right, now let me wrestle this fabric to get it back in here. Okay. The last piece I'm going to show you is my other focus piece for the year, and it is Honeymoon Sunset by the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. It is 869 by 649. It has 133 colors. I am doing this in a challenge. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this in a challenge with Olara. We are doing a 25K in 25 weeks challenge. This is my piece for the challenge, and hers is Dragons of the Sabbat. So basically we want to do 1,000 stitches a week in 25 weeks. And we are now 5 weeks in. 5 weeks already? Wow. 5 weeks in, because I have 5 check marks on here. Wow, yeah, okay. I started the year at 30% complete. So every time you see this, it's another 2,000 stitches. And I am currently at 30.89%. I have, all my stitching is spread out all over the place. So I'm gonna show you where I worked at first, if I can find it. and then I will show you the rest of it. So this is where I worked at, is this section down here. So I got 2,000 stitches on this since the last time you saw it. I have a total of, oh, well, I'll show you the whole thing, but that's where I worked at. I'm debating, I might stay over on this side of the piece, and I might come up here for these next 2 weeks and work on getting these park threads filled in. I was like into parking for a little bit. I'm not right now, so I kind of want to get rid of those. So I might work on that part. But this, let me go ahead and just hold, because it doesn't take but a second. That's the whole thing so far. So I'm at 30.89%, 174,189 stitches done out of 563,981. I started this in 2019. So I might, yeah, like I said, I might come up here and work on these park threads these next 2 weeks. I will say, as long as this piece, like the HAED SAL, I'm kind of like, oh God, I gotta work on it. This one, I'm actually really enjoying. I mean, it helps that it's my favorite piece that I have. So, but, where was I going with that? Oh, the next time you see this, I will have hit 31%. So that's exciting. Last year, my goal was to get from 28 to 30%. And right now, this year, my goal is to add 25,000 stitches on it. And I think that will get me, and I think that will bring me from 30% to about 34.5%. So that's exciting. Okay. How do I want to do this? So that's all my whips. Oh, that's all the stuff I worked on. Let me run over real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me run over and grab my category board. Ah! Hey, Mr. Whiskers. Oh, update on Mr. Whiskers. I took him back to the vet. He is feeling a lot better. Hello. He is feeling a lot better. I took him back to the vet for another checkup. He does still have a urinary tract infection, so he is back on antibiotics again for about 12 days. And then he goes back on February the 12th to have his urine checked again. But the respiratory thing has cleared up, which is great. And he seems to be eating and drinking normal. I created a monster. So he wasn't really drinking all that much. What I think happened was Gracie caught a cold somehow, right? And my other cat. And she passed it on to him. And because he wasn't feeling that good, he wasn't really drinking as much, which ended up causing a UTI in him. And now, and I was realizing that because their water bowls were staying pretty full. Now their water bowls are starting to empty out. But when he was really sick, I was like, well, I need to get keep him hydrated. So I was like, oh, one of my coworkers was telling me her cat likes those little gravy packets. That is just like the liquid from the wet food for cats. Mr. Whiskers does not like wet food. Like, I give him pate, shreds, chunks. He drinks the gravy around it, and he leaves all the food. And when she was telling me about these little gravy pouches, so I never bothered looking in the wet food section, but when she was telling me about the gravy pouches, I was like, oh, maybe he'll like that. He did. And now every night at dinner time, he goes into the kitchen, all 17 pounds of him, and he sits there and he just stares at me until he gets his little gravy pouch, his num-nums. I can't say it too loud. I don't want him to wake up. And of course, if I give one to him, I have to give one to Gracie. So now they're both, like, dinner time, they're like, where's our pouches? So yeah, I've created a monster with that. Okay, so But anyway, all that to say, he is feeling better, but he is still technically sick, so he's on medication. Still. But I think he's on the mend. All right. Let's do the categories board. So I have pared this down. These numbers used to be, it's blank right now because I pared this down from going from 325 down to 150 whips. And so these are the current categories. I'm not going to read them out loud because I feel like I just repeat myself over and over and over already. But what we will do is we will go ahead and get this updated. Oh, where's my markers? I was not as prepared as I thought I was. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and get this thing updated. So what I did was after I had done all that paring down, I went ahead and updated what I had currently had with what I had done by last video, because we didn't update it last video because of all the stuff I was doing. And then I went ahead and wrote down the ones that I did this past 2 weeks in the pink. So we're going to go ahead and just update everything. So full coverage, I have 3. The holiday, we now have 1. So the red numbers are how many milestones need to be hit in that category before that category's whips go back in the basket again. So for the holiday category, once I hit 6 more holiday like, cause I need 7. So once I hit 6 more, that Star Spangled Swine Farm will go back in the basket. Seasonal, I had 5, and then I did 6, and then I've, last Flosstube I had 5, I had needed to add 6, so it was 11. And then I have 3 more to add, so that's 14. And then the Fancy Like, I was starting with 2 and I needed to add, I'm adding 1 more, so now we're at 3. Etsy, we have 1. Christmas, we will have 2. Large kits, I started with 1. I'm adding 3 more from this past 2 weeks. Whoops. Started with 1, I'm adding 3 more, so now we're gonna have 4. There we go. Small kits, I was starting this video with 3 and we're adding 2 more, so now we are up to 5. Gnomes, and I cut my milestones down too. I went ahead and cut the milestones down to whatever I'm currently working on. I still have I started with all the whips, it was 2263. Gnomes. Yeah, gnomes. We have 1 from before. Sampleresque, we still are at 0. Sal's, we are still at 0. And then other, we are adding 1. And then the milestones, we are now, I was starting with 31, I'm adding 15 to it, so we are now at 40, hold on, 15 plus, because I had my milestones before the last video, and then my milestones from the last video, and then my milestones for this video, 46. So, but you see why if they're in multiple categories, I'm like, oh, like if it's in a seasonal series category, I'm putting it in that one because that is the highest category, because I need to hit 27 milestones in the seasonal category before that category's whips gets put back into the basket again. And again, I think this may make a little bit more sense once everything starts getting like kind of moved around and thrown back in. Or it may just make sense to me and that's it. So real quick, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the video. My mom sent me this little calendar thing to track my stitch counts for the year. And for the month of January, I did 28,355 stitches. So far this month, not counting today because today's the 3rd, so far this month I have done 1,600. But the month of January I did 28,355. And I feel like I'm forgetting something on here, honestly. I feel like I did not write everything down. That's a lot of stitches. Okay. Oh, my favorite time. I do still need this board. I knew there was a reason I was keeping it out. Okay. Time to update the big boards. So I have all my stuff written on these boards. If you've never seen them before. Yep, okay. All my stuff written on these boards. Don't freak out. It's like I had to write small so they all fit on there. But it's all their blocks with their milestones on here. Not gonna lie, some of them have more blocks than they're supposed to because I was like just going crazy and drawing blocks on there. But we're gonna color in we'll color in the milestones, and if I hit all of them, we'll cross it off. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is Dolly Mama Ho. I got 4 boards here. Oh, and I'm gonna color in the red blocks real quick. Hang on. I started coloring them in red because I wanted to use all the colors, but you can't really see the red very well. So I'm just gonna go back over them with the black. The black is easier to see. Is that all the red ones on here? Yeah, okay. So, battle of the board. Ah! Okay, Dolly Mama Ho. Where is it? Up here. Okay. And then Dreaming of Autumn Leaves. Oh my God, what's on my back? Holy shit, it's the board. Oh. I felt something moving on my back, and it was the corner of this shit here. Oh my God. I just need a moment to collect myself. If you can't laugh at yourself, like, you know, wow, that was funny. Okay. Where am I at? Dreaming of Autumn Leaves. Get away from me. Here, let's do this. There we go. Dreaming of Autumn Leaves. Okay. And then Espresso, which is right here. And then Goodnight Bears, which is on the next board. I have like 4 of these. Goodnight Bears. Here it is. Oh, let me pause for just a minute and color in the red ones. Hang on. Did you hear the burp I just did? I hope you didn't. Okay, all right. I did Goodnight Bears, right? Yeah, okay. And then Hedgehog, which is up here. And then Honeymoon Sunset's on a different board. Lighthouse Bookmark. You're not gonna get me again, board. I'm gonna fold you over now. Lighthouse Bookmark. All right, Mushroom Village is on another board. Once Upon a Time is over here. Oh, one more chapter, my cheating self. We'll go ahead and color that in. Hey, only 3 more milestones and I'll be done with it, huh? And writing, oh, next board. Okay, riding the wave is right here in my face. Star Spangled Swine Farm. Oh, let me color in this red one. I thought I had gotten all the ones on this one. Maybe not. Okay. Star Spangled Swine Farm. Where are you? Here it is. And Stitch Fairy. Okay. So there's that. Oh. Okay. My last board. Somebody pointed out to me, hang on, that I was missing blocks on my Honeymoon Sunset. 3, 6, 9, 10, 20. Oh my God, I am. I pulled out my blue marker just in case. I'm supposed to have 25 blocks on here, not 20. Thank you. Oh man, who was it that said that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one of you said that? I don't remember, but thank you. She was like, I think you're missing 5 blocks on your Honeymoon Sunset. Okay, so Honeymoon Sunset and Merry Mushroom Village, the HAED SAL. As long as I stay on task, I'll have 2 milestones completed every Flosstube. So we're gonna color in 2 more blocks here. And then 2 more blocks here. Now I have to double check myself. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52. Okay, that one's right. All right, so yeah. And then the reason why it's blank, if you haven't seen it, is the other part of this has all the finishes I said I wanted to do. What I will say is, let me mark real quick. I said in my, I think in my previous video, like 135 is a little unrealistic, but what I am going to shoot for, maybe we'll see how I do, is I said I wanted to do 20 total. So I don't think I'm really going to be hitting finishes until the middle of the year. I don't even know if I'm going to get any finishes the way I'm doing this right now, unless I'm like super duper close to one and I'm like, let me just keep it out and I'm going to go ahead and finish it. Oh, again, this is an experiment. I'm not really sure how this whole category thing is going to work out, but it's something fun for me to do. Another way for me to track shit. Okay, let's do this. This is going to go down. Oops, this is going to go down here. I'm going to put these right here. It's time to draw out new projects to work on. With my basket. But I need to do some rearranging. Don't fall. So when I pared this down to 150, guess what? I was able to get it down to the 2 fabric bins and like the 2 cube bins and this bin right here. Huh, who'd have thunk? Okay. Now let me do this. So what we'll do is now I can actually go ahead and pull the projects out. I can, sorry if it's noisy. I'm just moving some of this stuff out of my way because I need my computer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, I'll go ahead and pull out 20 projects. Let me just make a quick adjustment here. No fill. Go back. Okay. All right. And I went through last night and I went through each individual paper and I pulled out the ones that, including the ones from today's Flosstube, I pulled out any of them that were only in one category and had their milestone done, so they would have to be set aside. I went ahead and pulled all those out. And I found the 2 focus pieces in there as well, and I went ahead and pulled those out too. Okay. Espresso. First one I pulled out was one I already worked on. So I'm not going to show you the piece again, but I will tell you I'm going to be doing another, I'll show you the cover photo. The Mill Hill kit. I have the beads mix it like still in this little bag here, so I'm trying to keep it closed. This one right here. So espresso, the next, stop it. I'm highlighting them, so hold on. I'm highlighting them on my spreadsheet. There we go. Okay, so if I work on this again and do another 500, then it will go away after that because it's only in 2 categories. All right. So I did it for the, hang on one second. Where's that list? I did it for the small kit category. So if I work on this again in the next 2 weeks, then it will go towards the fancy light category. All right. Next up is Christmas with Friends. That is from Keslin's. I started the piece, but I had not finished the milestone. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm not going to go over fabric or anything. I'm just going to show you the cover photo, what my milestone is, and my starting point. I'll go over more details later if I actually work on it, which I'm sure I will. Oh, let me get my board. Kind of wrinkly, so let me see if I can hold it like this. I'll hold it like this. That's my starting point. The S is done along with the little bird on it, and the milestone is to complete the S and the T in Christmas. So that will be the next milestone. I do have a goal to finish this. And Christmas with Friends. Hang on, I gotta move some of these markers around. Okay, Christmas with Friends is in the Christmas category. Okay, next up. Is Creekview Cottages Somerset. I'm so excited, which means I probably won't start it. That seems to be the trend with me. I'm so excited about this piece. And then I don't touch it. Where is it? Where is it? It's going to be a new start. It's from the Cross Stitch Studio. I think this was, I'm in their insiders club. So I think this may have been one of the free patterns that we got from that. So I don't think this is available. It's $8.25 by $8.25. But Creekview Cottages Somerset. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And it's a new start, so I don't really need to show you the fabric or a starting point or anything. Where is it? Here it is. It is in the full coverage category. I will tell you what my first milestone will be though, as soon as I find it. Is this it? Yeah. So my first milestone for this is, my guess is going to be 1,000 stitches or 500, 1,000. Goal of 6,000 with the first milestone being 1,000. Okay, next up is Poltergeist Pirates. Yes. This is a whip. It is from Glendon Place, and I'm doing, let me show you the starting point for it. I have a goal of 5,000 stitches. My first milestone will be 1,000 stitches. This is my starting point on that. Another Jennifer I know is also working on this. She's a lot further along than I am because it's one of her focus pieces, and man, it is looking so good. Poltergeist Pirates is in the holiday category. So if I can get that 1,000 in on this piece, that'll be cool. That'll be another holiday one in the books. Okay, next up. Belle. Alara. So this will be a new start. I'm excited. This is from Shannon Christine Designs, and this is what she's going to look like when she's done. I will be doing her on a fabric from Live and Die LA. 28 count Lugana in Winter Skies. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on her, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And I'm going to do a center start on her. So my guess is that it's probably going to be somewhere right around here is where you'll see the 500. How many have I drawn? Let me do it like this. All right, so it's 5. Okay. Oh, let me highlight Belle real quick. She is going to be in the, I know she's in Fancy Like. Belle. Oh, that's the only category she's in. Okay. All right, next up is Happy New Year. I drew this before, but I did not start it or work on it. It's a whip. I went ahead and put it back. Here we go. So it's from Cross Stitch for Everyone. Probably should definitely work on it since I didn't do it last time. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am working on the background. So let me show you my starting point real quick. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. Like I said, I probably should definitely work on it because I did not touch it and these past 2 weeks, and I did draw it last Flosstube. So I should make an effort to work on it now. And this is, no, stop it. Okay, Happy New Year. This is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in holiday. So I will, if I get the gold done, it will go in the full coverage category. Okay, oh, new start. Let's talk summer. There we go. Block my face and you can actually see it. All right, let's talk summer. Is this one it? Yep, okay. This will be a new start. I've already started Let's Talk Stitching. So this is from Hands On Design, Let's Talk Summer. I'll be doing this on a, it says 18 count black Aida. Ooh, it looks so dark right now. Look at the void. But I'll be doing this on, I think it's an 18 count black Aida. And, oh my God, here we go. All right, Let's Talk Summer is, oh no, what just happened? Undo. There we go, okay. Okay, this is in the seasonal series category. I have a goal to finish it, and my first milestone will be to do daisies, watermelon, and s'mores. So I will do daisies, watermelon, s'mores, and I will go ahead and do the daisies right here. Yeah, the daisies here, and then those 3 words. Okay. Next is Rainbow Castle. Oh, right here in the front. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. It is a whip. Very, very bright and colorful piece. And of course, I got the max color version, so that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I have a goal of 10,000 stitches on this with 10 milestones of 1,000 stitches each. I'm like banging stuff around here, I'm sorry. This is my starting point. So my first milestone will be to get 1,000 stitches on this. And it is in, oh my God, this is why I shouldn't put stuff on the keyboard. Hang on. Oh, Poltergeist Pirates, right. It accidentally deleted the name of the whip. Give me one second, I gotta fix this now while I'm thinking about it. All right, Rainbow Castle is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in fancy like. So 1,000 stitches for the first milestone. Okay, next up is vintage style. This will be a new start. It's a kit from Artiste. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. The brown background right there that looks like aged paper or something, that's actually the fabric. It's I'm going to be stitching on a printed fabric. Isn't that cool? So I have a goal of 5,000 stitches on this with 10 milestones of 500 stitches each. I will be starting this in the center, so I'm thinking it'll probably be somewhere right around here somewhere. And this is in, I'm guessing before I look at it that it's probably going to be in large kits and maybe fancy like. Vintage style, where are you at? Yep, large kits and fancy like. So this will go in the large kits category if I do that. All right. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this will be number 10. Baby ABC. All right. Here it is. This is a whip. It's from Design Works. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is my starting point. I started it with the middle block that had the baby carriage. That's my starting point with it. And I have a goal of 10 blocks. Oh my sweet Jesus. The first milestone will be to complete the baby carriage block. So that's gonna be a hot mess. I'm not going to put in the details because I don't have a baby to do that for. But I gotta finish that baby carriage. And I'll do the heart and I'll do the border of it. What the fuck was I thinking? All right. So finish the baby carriage block will be the first milestone. I don't know why I thought I could get 10 blocks on that thing done. That is in baby ABC. That is in 2 categories. It's in large kits and it's in seasonal series because I have multiple ABC things, so I'm counting them as a series. Okay. So there's 10. Next up, Bake the World. This will be a new start. And it is from Franny Ritter Designs. I keep saying that name wrong. Franny Ritter Designs, Bake the World a Better Place. I have a goal to finish this. And I have 5 milestones on this. My first milestone will be to do cupcakes number 2, 3, and 4. So basically, because I'm gonna start in the middle. So this one and then these 2 right here. And I'll probably go ahead and do, hold on. Cupcakes 1 and 5 and the hearts. Nope. Okay, so just the cupcakes because the hearts are in a different spot. And then I still have to get the beads to actually finish it. But I'll be doing this on a 28 count Jobelin. It's folded up. This is not the whole thing. 28 count Jobelin in the color Coffee by Witch Elf. And this is in the other category. Next up, Sea Turtle. This is a whip. It is from Stitching Jewels. Where is it? This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's a monochrome piece. I am doing it in 310. My only kind of regret with it is that I kind of wish that I would have done it in like $37.99 or like $4.17, some kind of dark gray as opposed to black, but I ain't starting it over. I'm doing this on, let me show you my starting point. I keep saying I'm not going to talk about the fabric. That'll be when I actually work on it. But this is my starting point. I am currently at 13.2%. There we go, right there. And I have a goal to finish it because I had declared this to be a finish last year, and you see how far I got. So I'm at 13.2% right now. My first milestone is going to be to get it to 25%. So real quick. It's a total of 8,334 stitches. So 25% would be about 2,084. And I already have 1,100 done. So I need 984 stitches to get it to 25%. That's not too bad. Okay. Let me scribble that down so I know. All right, so 25% on this. And sea turtle. Where are you? Here you are. Sea turtle is in the Etsy category. So what I'm doing with the category part is if I will be putting them towards the higher categories if they're in more than one, with the exception of if it happens to be that putting it towards the smaller category would actually reset the smaller category, I'm going to do that instead. All right, number 13. Ooh, Mother Nature Spring. Yay. Is this one it? No, that's Christmas. Spring. So these were part of a series that Just Cross Stitch magazine put out last year. This one is Mother Nature Spring. I want to start all of them. I have a goal of 5,000 stitches on this with the 10 milestones of 500 stitches each. And this was in the Just Cross Stitch magazine, April of 2023. I will be doing her on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. Mother Nature Spring. And she is in two categories. She is in Fancy Like and she's in Seasonal Series. All right. Oh, Mother Nature Winter. Happy day. I love these Mother Nature pieces. So this is what Mother Nature Winter looks like. And I'm going to do her on the same fabric, 28 count tea-dyed Monaco, which is what I've done the other ones on. So she was actually the first one that was released in February of 23. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches on her with 10 milestones of 500 stitches each. And she is also in Fancy Like and Seasonal Series. So if I start both of these, then I will have started almost all of them. Because I've already started Halloween and summer. And then I have Christmas in this thing too. The only one that will be missing will be Autumn. That she is in the ones that have been set aside. All right. Oh, Advent Animals. These were a free pattern on brooksbooks.com. You kind of have to go hunting for it, but they are still there. At least they were the last time I looked. I'm not going to show you all of them because there's 25, because it's Advent calendar. I'm going to be doing this on one piece of fabric. This is a 20 count Ada from Fiber on a Whim in the color Cornflower. I'm not pulling it out of the bag right now. And I'm gonna do it all together on one piece. So I'm just gonna show you the cover photo of the very first one. I mean, I've seen these all over Flosstube, so you probably will recognize this. I don't know which one I'm going to be doing because, I'm probably gonna start with her. I'm doing it all on one piece of fabric, so I can start in the corner. So Katie Kitty is probably gonna be the first one I work on. I was thinking I was gonna have to start in the middle, but no, I won't have to do that. I have a goal of 8,000 stitches on this, of 8 milestones of 1,000 stitches each. And Advent Animals is in the Christmas category. All right, so that was number 15. So we got 5 more to pull out. Pumpkins. I really need to work on this. I pulled it last time. I did not do it. Actually, hold on. Let me pause for just a second. Pumpkins. If it's only in one category, then I should not be pulling that out. Pumpkins. No, it's in 2. Okay. Where is it? Back here. I pulled this out last time. I did not work on it. It's from Cute Patterns by Maria. I've worked on it once. I have 1 milestone done on it. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And so I do have 1,000 stitches on this done. It's in 2 categories. It's in Etsy and it's in seasonal series. So I've already done a milestone of 1,000 stitches under the seasonal series category. And if I go ahead and get this milestone done, then it will be completed for the Etsy category. That's my starting point. And I have a goal of 8,000 stitches. I will be doing milestone number 2, which will be 1,000 stitches. And I do have this in Pattern Keeper, just without, like, no back stitching, of course, in Pattern Keeper, but I do have it in there, so it does make it a bit easier. Okay, next up. Sweet Cow. Oh, I think this is the one that my mom wants me to do. Yep. So I guess this technically could have gone in the Sal category because my mom is doing this too. So this is a kit from Dimensions, and my mom is doing this one, and she bought me this kit because she wants me to do the boy. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I'll probably go ahead and start in the middle, and it's kind of a newer kit, so the floss has already, the floss has already been sorted, so that'll make my life easier. But 500 stitches on this, and so I'll be doing the boy. And oh, Sweet Cow is in, I want to say, large kits category. Large kits. All right. 3 more. Unplug. Good thing I brought my books out. Unplug. I believe this will be a, yeah, this one will be a new start. Ancestors was the one I had already started. Okay, so Unplug will be a new start. It is in Cross Stitch for the Earth. Let me move my basket. All right, so this is from Emma Congdon. It's out of one of her books. I pulled all the books out because I couldn't remember which ones I was going to need. Okay, Cross Stitch for the Earth. I got this on Amazon. I've never really looked for it in a bookstore, so I don't know if they're in bookstores, but they are on Amazon. She has 4 books total. I have 3 of them. There's a cat one that she just released that I do not have yet. Honestly, I'm waiting for it to go on sale before I get it. But this is Unplug and Go Outside. Oh, who's doing this one? Backcountry Stitcher. I think she's doing this one, or she wants to do this one. Jen Backcountry Stitcher. I think I was just watching her the other day, and I want to say she did this too. Or she's going to do it. Unplug and Go Outside. I'm not really an outdoorsy person. I mean, I'm really not. But if I need to be, I can be. But it's just, it's like, I like it though. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have a goal of 7,000 stitches on this, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And it is in the other category. Hey, Mr. Whiskers. Hi, baby. 2 more. Ha! Mother Nature Christmas. That's funny that I'm pulling all of them. You want to come say hi? Oh, come here. Oh, come say hi to your fans. Say hello, little people. Hello, all my little people. Oh. So he's feeling a lot better, but he still has a UTI, so he's still on the antibiotics. But this is Mr. Whiskers, and he's a big cat. He's 17 pounds, but he's also just very large in general. He, some people confuse him with a Maine Coon because of his size. He's actually like he's a Nebelung. It's Nebelung. And they're very distinctive with their gray fur. They usually have yellow or green, like gold or green eyes. His are, color your eyeballs. His are more of the yellower side, but they'll have like kind of, their fur is kind of like silvery at the tips. And then they have like giant pantaloons. And they're big cats in general, as you can see. And they're little, they have fur coming out between their little toe beans. And he's getting antsy because I keep messing with him. He's getting flashbacks to the vet. But they're just big cats. And oh, you're so sweet. But they're just very large cats. And he used to be a real asshole. Like he would like go after the dog. And he would like go after the kids when they were little. And then when I got divorced and me and him moved into the apartment and the dog went with my ex-husband, he calmed down and he became the sweetest thing ever. And I realized when I started looking up his breed, I realized, he moved my headband. I realized that this breed of cat, they don't like loud noises. And the kids and the dog were very loud. So he was just miserable. He was pissed because he was around a lot of loud noises, which he didn't like. Once I got him in a quiet apartment and the kids got older and they kind of calmed down a bit, I'm like, man, he's actually a really sweet cat. He's the best cat. I love him so much. My baby. My baby. So anyway, back to the stitching. Mother Nature Christmas. This was in Just Cross Stitch December of 23. I love this one. Goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones. First milestone being 500 stitches. Oh man, I love this one. All right. So she is in, let me see, where is she? Mother Nature Christmas. Fancy Like and Seasonal Series. She technically could go in the Christmas category, but it's already in 2, so it's whatever. So if I get all 3 of those started, then the only one I won't have started is Mother Nature Autumn, because she's like set aside. She's in the section that's been pared down. All right. Gingerbread Smalls Carousel. So this will be a whip. Hide my face so you can read that. Oh, that's the last one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Gingerbread Smalls Carousel. This is from Twin Peak Primitives. Twin Peaks? Twin Peak Primitives? Well, you know what, Jen? Just look at the freaking thing when you pull it out. All right. Yeah, Twin Peak Primitives. Gingerbread Smalls from 2022. Carousel, I'm doing all of these. They're all going to be finished separate. This is the one I pulled. This will be a whip because I've already started it. Actually, hold on. Let me double check. Because if it's only in one category, no, it's in 2. Okay. Gingerbread Smalls Carousel. It's in Christmas and Seasonal Series. I've already done it for Seasonal Series, so if I finish the milestone before the next video, then this will be in the Christmas category. And here it is. I'm doing it, like I said, I'm doing them all on one piece of fabric because it's making my life easier, but I will be finishing them separate. So this one, I kind of blocked it out and it's in the bottom corner, but that's my starting point. So my next milestone will be, I want to say another 1,000. Yep, another 1,000 with a goal to finish it. So again, that's my starting point. All right, so there's the 20 pieces that I pulled to work on. I'm not sure, I'm not gonna get to all of them, of course, but we're gonna see how many I can do. I think that's about it. This is getting back to be a normal length floss tube, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy about that. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And I think that's all I got to say. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.